yesterday. We saw that, pop up. And yes, that's what we'll be talking about. It's about the issue that concerns, amongst other things, the Nigeria's road infrastructure development. We'll be looking at the challenges and solutions. Well, to also bring it to your eardrums, the fact that, well, the federal government is making some interventions right there just to ensuring that you and I have the capacity for stomach infrastructure. Well, that's on the one side. Of course, there has also been issues of building collapses and in Jos, in Lagos, in Abuja, and that is not also feeling so good as you and I have been talking about this and many more. But I don't think anybody's paying attention to anything called, balanced diets at this point in time. I guess we just feed just to fill the stomach. But then, if in the midst of all of these, we cannot have roads where we can convey our goods and services, products from wherever or whatever parts of Nigeria to, where we are. Then it means that there is a principal issue, and such an issue, of course, should be dealt with, should be looked into. One of those headlines that became so disturbing, was the headline that says 6 years after Abuja Kaduna Road is still in a state of comatose, right? In a state of abandonment. And then to speak with me on this conversation would be a guest who is joining us, all the way from Lagos State. You can get across social media platforms right now, YouTube, X, as well as Facebook. And of course, you get to see my guest, live. And we'll be conversing on the matter that concerns road infrastructure in Nigeria. He's in the person of engineer Yemi Ariye. He's a principal partner, Dynamic Civils Engineering Services Limited. A very good morning and welcome to Eagles Outlook, engineer Yemi Ariye. I hope I pronounced that one correctly, the surname that is. You there?
Good morning, Rudu.
Okay.
Happy to be with you on the live show. Yeah.
All right.
Happy to be with you this morning.
That's right.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, feels good. Now, let's get into it already. I mean, engineer, it's no news anymore. I mean, Nigeria's road infrastructure development, it has been a topic of this discussion in recent times. I mean, with many roads, projects facing significant delays and abandonment. Now, the Abuja-Kaduna Road project, which was awarded in 2018, has been plagued by delays. It has been plagued by cost increases. It has been plagued by living, to the point where it has left motorists to navigate challenging road conditions, right? And just to set a little bit of background to it, I mean, the story which made the rounds on Nigerian newspapers highlighted the poor state of the Abuja-Kaduna Road project, with the contractor abandoning the work multiple times and the government struggling to fund the project. Now, the initial cost, it might also interest you to know, for the project was 155 billion naira, which was reviewed in 2021 to a whopping 642.2 billion naira. All of these is reading in billions now. And then it got increased to a whopping 797.2 billion naira. In fact, the one that broke the camel's back was where the contractor requested an additional increase to 1.35 trillion naira. And the government at that point said, you know what, no. This is unaffordable. We cannot continue with this and all of that. Now, the project has faced significant delays, with the contractor abandoning work on the Abuja-Kaduna section multiple times. The road, which spans over 150 kilometers, is characterized by a mix of new and old, sections with numerous potholes and cracks that impede normal movement and, causes recurrent accidents. Despite these challenges, though, the other two sections of the project, that's talking about the Kaduna Zaria and Zaria Kano, are nearing completion, right? And there has been these talks that Nigerians have said on this platform. I do not know if, from where you are, they also share the same thoughts about the fact that, hey, it shouldn't just be that it's not just the Abuja Kaduna road that needs to be looked into. That there are other roads in Nigeria that should be looked into as soon as possible, ASAP. Others have also said that look, although the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, project is a good and laudable project, that it might not be the priority for Nigerians at the time. That we probably need to revisit, to make workable some of these other roads within the country, to make them pliable, where commuters can ply it, and everybody, because it will allow for, the prosperity of the citizenry. Looking into, or given the circumstance that we find ourselves talking about, the food inflation, which has gone high now, about 40 point something percent. And of course, headline inflation is about 34.19% at the moment. And Nigerians are already crying and saying, hey, the fuel issue is another thing, exacerbating everything. And many experts, including, yourself, I believe, would want to believe that if we had a road infrastructure development, we would be able to at least ameliorate the challenges that we are facing in terms of price hike, at least to a certain level. And that brings us, to some salient questions for you, engineer. What do you think that the government needs to do to addressing these challenges, especially facing the road infrastructure development in Nigeria? And what do you make of an headline that reads, 6 years after, Abuja Kaduna roadways has been abandoned? 6 years. 6 years. What comes to your mind, though? Are you there? Okay, we're still trying to, get involved right there. But I mean, the conversation is still trending right here. And yes, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And we say this on strong authority. And because, of course, we know that our job is to ensure that each and every one of us, we are, a part of this Nigeria project. The Nigeria project is a project that should not fail and must not fail. And that is why, of course, we're looking into it, and we're ensuring that we put all hands on deck just to ensure that we got it rightly at the
Sorry,
time.
Can I come in now?
Yes, please, by all means. Go ahead.
The network has been a little clumsy.
Understood.
So, first, like I said in my opening remarks, this is a very vital that you picked on today.
Right.
Because roads all over the world are critical infrastructures that need to be attended to for so many reasons. I mean, the one that is for everybody, that everybody knows, economic reasons. Like you rightly pointed out, cost of items in the market, agricultural products, and generally almost everything tends to rise when there is difficulty in getting them across to the various sell points. How do they get them across to the sell points? The most popular method in Nigeria and many parts of the world is the road network.
Right.
Because there are instances where you have communities here and there, and the products, the agricultural products are normally produced in the rural communities because we farm in urban areas. And to get them to the urban areas where bulk of people reside, you need roads to get access to. So they are really very critical infrastructures. And for any country to thrive, there is a need to be responsible on how road construction is delivered and maintained. So now to the Bonny issue.
Right.
You highlighted the Abuja-Kaduna road.
Mm-hmm.
After 6 years, where are we?
Mm-hmm.
After 6 years, Abuja-Kaduna road is still there. Probably getting worse by the day. Contract was awarded at an initial sum, and today it has almost gone maybe like 7-8 times the original cost. We're talking of about 1.3 trillion naira.
Exactly.
Now. But then we have to also consider the economics of road construction before we start passing blame.
Okay.
When road projects are awarded, there is a scope that the contractor is expected to abide with. I am aware that after the award of the Kaduna-Abuja road, even at the initial stage, there was a review of contract. At a point in time, the number of lanes, they said it was increased. We had additional lane.
Okay.
At a point in time, we had flyovers, we had all this. So all this will have contributed to a change in the original construction cost.
Mm-hmm.
That is number one.
Okay.
Then number two, the economic situation. Roads, highways are capital intensive. They are imported. And in the market, the cost of bitumen has gone up within the last 6 years. The cost of bitumen per ton has gone up by even more than 7 times what it was 6 years back.
Okay.
And it's a major constituent in road construction. That aside, machines that are deployed for use, they are imported items. Machines that are deployed for use are imported items that need to be maintained regularly. When a project is awarded, there is normally a contract duration. You need to go back. What was the original contract duration? What was the original scope? Was there a change in scope? How has the payment been? You will agree with me that most of the times, the process, contractors often have delay in payments. And this delay in payments actually contribute a lot to increase in cost of construction. Because if you have projected you are going to run your project successfully over 2 years, and you have timelines for when you expect income to be paid, because if we say a contract is 1 billion naira, for instance, government does not give a contractor 1 billion and say, hey, this is the money budgeted for the project. It's in an account for you to collect as the project goes on. It's not done that way. Normally, when a project is awarded, contractors are mobilized. When they are mobilized, as the project continues, contractors are paid. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Implementation is a big problem. Projects are awarded, say, for 10 billion naira, and even when contractors are ready for the next tranche of payment, it's always not too easy. We understand government has a lot of responsibilities, and the process involved in administration of road construction across the country is actually kind of tedious. It's involved. Getting approval for payments often takes longer than necessary. So this is one factor that also causes delay in delivering road construction projects. The Kaduna-Abuja road, like you rightly said, yes, it was awarded alongside with other sections. Kaduna Zaria, I learned, is almost completed, or nearing completion. Zaria, Kano, almost completed, or nearing completion. So then when you look at it again, you ask, why Kaduna, Abuja? Why the delay? I'm trying to be fair to both parties. Here we have two parties.
Okay.
The client, that's the federal government, then the contractor. I've actually, in my earlier statements, I've actually tried to justify reasons why probably the contractor has spent longer time than necessary. But now, again, if you look at it, the other side of the coin, and you say, okay, same road section awarded to different contractors, though on a different terrain, going further north, has been done within the agreed time. Why delay on Kaduna, Abuja? So you now begin to question, probably the contractor also have their own internal problem. Yes, we know there are security challenges on Kaduna, Abuja, but even at that, I want to believe that if the contractor has been a little bit more focused, probably they will have gone further than we are.
Right.
But then a lot of time has been wasted on that particular section, and the contractor should really take some blame for delays in delivering the road project too. Right. I honestly believe that it's not just government alone. The contractor too hasn't performed well.
All right. Well, let me dive in here. Right. You said it might just be about between two parties, but Nigerians may differ from you because there are some thoughts that say that we have the federal government on the one side, we have the contractors on the other side, but we do have the people on the third side. There's three parties now, and there are some conversation that's going on talking about the place of getting the people included in the process, the communities to be inclusive in the process. And that's where the community steps in, the place of the community, right? And it also, mentions issues of transparency and accountability, and then who are to bring these contractors to a place of accountability, to a place of transparency, right? And if we still want to go down that line, you might also want to consider the feat that the current FCT minister, in the person of Nyesom Wike, has achieved within the period of his entry or his appointment as the minister of the FCT. Now, he has been tasking road contractors to finish up abandoned projects or face sanctions. Now, you should know, and I'm sure you're aware, that as at the time that the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, had tasked these contractors to finish up abandoned projects or face sanctions, we still had the Naira dollar issues. We still have the challenges of insecurity. I mean, I could tell you for sure, for a fact, for free, that we had insecurity issues in the local Goma area here. We've had in Buari, we had in Duse. All of that's been going on. We keep having it. We keep having issues of one chance. We have different insecurity issues. One of such would also be the stomach infrastructure, of course, insecurity in terms of the affordability of food, food insecurity. That's what it is. Yeah. And we have seen these contractors jostle, almost as if they are running a stampede on top of themselves to ensure that they met with the time frame that the governor gave to them. So how do you justify that or fashion it into your thought line, where you have made, submissions for the federal government as well as the contractors? How do you justify that?
All right, great. I Now, let me, as you were talking, I was trying to take note of the points you were making, and very solid there. Participation. The truth of the matter.
Okay. Are you there, engineer? Engineer Yemi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay.
You might want to stay close to
Right.
the microphone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So just like you mentioned,
Exactly.
there are actually three stakeholders in this whole thing. Let's look at it that way. A,
Right.
B, C.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the federal government, that's the client, the contractor, and then the road user. You see, if we talk of community participation, actually it's an idea that has worked well even in some parts of this country.
Right.
Take the Niger Delta area, for instance. There in the Niger Delta area, we have other clients that venture into providing roads for various communities. So, if you have an oil firm operating in certain places, to get to their location, they need to build roads. And most of the time, they also offer assistance to community in developing the roads.
Yeah.
They worked on a model, they've developed some models that have worked well for them and the communities.
Okay.
The model is also involve the community in the road administration, the administration process.
Mm.
And with this, maybe you have selected members of the community who come in, they are stakeholders, and they also participate. This way, they are able to monitor what is happening. And when there are issues that arise as a result of probably there are delays coming up, or problems from the community, security problems, or whatever manner of problem that are community related, they come in to ease the situation. And this has worked well in the Niger Delta community. That I know for sure.
Okay.
So that's one way to solve this problem. Yes, a three-pronged approach can actually work, where you have community also monitoring what is happening. Okay, but on federal roads like the Kaduna-Abuja road, how does this work? It's possible, but then I think a lot of work has to be done by the client, which is the federal government, to develop that kind of relationship where stakeholders in the community will be involved in providing security, in providing information that will hasten the construction process, and also assisting the contractor in getting access around the places and various areas where they will require materials that will be used for the road construction. But most of the federal government road is, people see it as it's federal government road, is nobody's road. You can't say it's a particular community road. That attitude has to change.
Right.
Yes, the work on that, the federal minister, that's for Federal Capital Territory, is a very good development. When contractors are given ultimatum, they tend to see that. But then they are just like two sides of a coin. If you give contractor ultimatum that he has to deliver within the stipulated period, then you, the client, should also be ready to provide the needed funds when necessary. So the contract administration process should be seamless. If a contractor is working and justifying the work he's doing at periods where he raises certificates for payment for work executed, if the works are valued and found to be properly done, there is no reason why there should be a delay in paying contractors. I think that's one of the reasons why the PTF that was done maybe during the military era recorded a little bit more success.
All right. Well,
I'm not talking about
Yeah, let's look.
Would you?
Let's look at the some of the roads. There have been some major roads, the road projects that are yet to be completed within timelines. I beg to be corrected because you're coming from that axis. The Lagos Ibadan Expressway, where I don't know, is that completed at the moment? But of course, I know that Benin Ore Road is yet to be completed. The Abuja Lokoja Road is yet another one. And some that have been completed will be the Sokoto Tambuwal Jega Road, the Kano Maiduguri Road, and all of that. And if you also recall that recently, though, well, let me ask it this way: Do you think that the road development or road construction process in Nigeria has not been given the right priority? Why am I asking this? I'm asking this because I'm sure a listener listening right now would also might be sharing the thought of the recent, ongoing that went down where the federal government of Nigeria recently revoked the 870 billion naira highway contract awarded to 3 construction companies, Dentatan, Sawo, Motorcat, and RCC, for non-performance. Right? So the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, ordered the termination of the contracts for sections 2, 3, and 4 of the dualization of the Obajana Benin Road as 2,270 road projects nationwide suffered delays. And Nigerians are saying that, hey, why are we seemingly focused on a Lagos-Calabar coastal line without looking into seeing that about these 2,270 road projects are giving priority over a coastal roadways highway, right? Well, I'll leave you with that thought. Let's go pay some bills. We'll be right back in a short bit, right? It is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Let's go pay some bills. And the conversation will be on. And of course, we'll open the phone line so that your thoughts would be heard loudly and clearly in the most civil and responsible way. Don't go away.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Please listen to this infomercial.
Luxia Construction Limited presents a Sala promo package. Luxia Construction Limited presents a limited time offer on its off-plan price for Kasana houses till July 21st, 2024. Grab these incredible deals. Kasana 4-bedroom terrace duplex is 40 million naira. 3-bedroom terrace duplex is 35 million naira. 2-bedroom block of flats is 23 million naira. And 2-bedroom block of flats is 28 million naira. The first 2 buyers of the 3-bedroom terrace duplex gets it at 33 million naira. For Live Camp, the ongoing project is still available and many subscribers are moving into the estate. 3-bedroom terrace duplex from 43 million naira is now 41 million naira promo price. 4-bedroom terrace duplex from 52 million naira is now 50 million naira promo price. 2-bedroom block of flats from 28 million naira is now 26 million naira promo price. This is covered by NHF and rent to own scheme. They also offer 6 to 12 months flexible payment plans. For more details, contact Luxia Construction Limited at 070 5758 2753. That is 070 5758 2753. Outrightly buy a home and win 32 inches television. Secure your dream home now.
Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Here to stay.
My people, the thing where they happen for my area, eh?
Do you think I will now find out that you have contract to bring fresh girls?
I brought you from the gutters. Who gave you all the connects? MDG who? Without me, you would have been nobody. But
Join Media Coalition and Awareness to Halt Human Trafficking, MICAT, on I Wish I Knew radio drama every Saturday at 10 a.m. Let us join hands and kick human trafficking out of our communities. I Wish I Knew radio drama, brought to you by MICAT in partnership with the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, and funded by the Embassy of Denmark in Nigeria.
Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja, here to stay.
In 2022, she shook the world with her Real Warri Pikin Unfiltered, successfully selling out Warri, London, Milton Keynes, Manchester, Ghana, and Abuja. Now, she is back again with something special. The Real Warri Pikin Unapologetically Me comedy special, where in her words, she plans to make sweet love to you guys.
Oh my God, you don't shut
On RealWarriorPikin.com and physically at all Razor Sharp Collection outlets in Abuja. For contact and inquiries, please call 0703-656-5675. Sponsored by Maltina, Goldberg, LP and Fidelity Bank. Partners, Lisa Seeds, Shell Homes, Sense Tracy, Blackbox, and Dexon Security.
Meet your partner.
Eagles FM Abuja.
Welcome back to the Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We are here, and of course, we give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. We're still talking Nigeria's road infrastructure development challenges and solution. Of course, we've got our guest joining in from Lagos. He's in the person of engineer Yemi Ariye. He's a principal partner, Dynamic Civil Engineering Services Limited. And yes, the discourse is still on, and we're still asking those very pertinent questions. You too have some questions you want to ask, especially when we look at the how important road infrastructural development is. More than ever in a time like this, when we are having the hike in price of commodity right there, and some have believed that should we have a very good road network, we may not be facing, the kind of hike in price. We might be having our goods and services and commodities, moving from one point to the other at a very easy pace. Well, you can join that discourse, ask your questions right there, and let's get involved. 0907 353 0044 is that number to call. The other number is 0908 766 8888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. Let me also appeal to you, please. Just go sending a message via the WhatsApp portal number. No voice notes. Let's just get the WhatsApp portal number messages, and that will be fine. And as you put that call through to, aligning your thoughts with the discourse and conversational with you. But let's take this call just very quickly. Hello and good morning to you. Hello? Hello? Right, that's a miss. Do well to call back 0907-353-0044. The other number is 0908-766-8888. The WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. Well, we're back with you, engineer Yemi Ariye. Let's talk about, I itemized something just before, we went in that, commercial break. How do you respond to that, in the light of, yeah.
Thank you. First, I will talk about termination of some contracts due to non-performance.
Right.
You will agree with me that we all don't know the details. But if a client says his performance of a contractor, that could probably be some germane reasons. That I don't know, because I'm not privy to documents from the Federal Ministry of Works who are the clients. So if they have issues with the contractor and they terminated it, the contractors have not said anything. I want to believe that the client met its own contractual obligations, and probably the contractors were found wanting. That's number one. Then you talked about the Lagos-Abuja coastal routes. Truth of the matter is that projects are awarded. Projects are awarded for several reasons. Projects development coming for several reasons. But what I want to believe is any sensible government that is serious about delivering a project should not just talk about project award without properly looking into how to fund it. And if you have ongoing projects that are on, which are yet to be concluded, definitely those should be priorities. But if you now go out that a particular road from
Are you there? You might. Hello, can you hear me, engineer?
through a separate module, then so be it. But if you have, before now, right when Fashola was Federal Minister of Works, some roads were listed as priority projects all across the country. I'm sorry to say that a number of these roads have still not been completed. They were categorized into priority A, B, C, and that should also be on these priority roads because government is a continuum of them are yet to be delivered. Then, of course, people will worry when they begin to hear that new projects, fresh projects are being considered or awarded when those that were earmarked as critical ones before now are still outstanding.
All right, let me delve in. Yeah, let me delve in, right? I think the focal point is, do you think, or do you not think that there may be, concerns of greed and corruption in the processes of awarding contracts, which may further deteriorate into the non-balanced attitude that is, pushed out by these contractors? I remember you in your submission, in your earlier submission, you had said that there might be issues, that there are issues of funding. You gave an instance that where there is a 10 billion naira project, right? That fundings would not necessarily come to the tune of 10 billion naira, right? It means therefore that there will be some monies that will be disbursed, initial monies, mobilization monies to start the process. Yeah, and if in the mobilization process, which of course is business, if I was engaging with you in a business, I wouldn't give you all the monies because if I do that, you wouldn't want to complete the job as and when due, right? So I would mobilize you, and that's what the federal government, would do, and every other business person would do. So if I gave you a mobilization money, at least I should be able to see that this project has gone to a certain extent before I can, reimburse you and say, okay, go on. I see that you've done it to this point and can go on with it. Where do you think the issue really is? Do you sense that there might be corruption? There might be greed as well on the part of the contractors? What do you think is that we're missing in this very, marriage between the contractors and the federal government?
Yeah, like every government really have the funds to fund all the projects they are awarding? If the normal thing that is done is, say, probably let's take the project that is funded by World Bank. Before the project is awarded, if we say the contract sum is $6 billion, you warehouse $6 billion for that project. So it's now left to the contractor to raise and earn the money at various installments as the work progresses. But that is not the case in Nigeria. The case in Nigeria is that sometimes you find out that contractors actually meet their own part of the obligation. Maybe they're able to hit 30%, they're able to hit 40%. Then they ask for more funds to fund the project. Then the problem starts because government does not have money.
Let me put a peg to your thoughts.
situation,
Yeah, let me quickly put a peg to your thoughts and take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Edgar.
Yeah, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, my name is Honorable.
All right, Honorable, welcome aboard. Let's have your take.
Yeah, there's something I want to chip in here. I appreciate our job there. He seems to be a little bit biased. I think he's coming to this studio to defend the contractors. Well, I don't know whether it was believed before coming here, but the issue, the truth of the matter is that it becomes to this later. That was a project when the now was the president of the Senate. Do you know that there are billions? I don't have the document here, but it's right to bring it out, in billions. To realize averages were not part of that contract, Kaduna contract. How did you know? So the problem is our particular indigenous contractors are so bad to a point that if they look at government money, I think this government is not this government we are talking about. It's between me, you, and him. Let me just comment on now. I don't think on the side of government is wrong if you look at this contract very well. And it is hard time for you, management of this radio, to invite someone from Ministry of Wealth, who is an information officer, on this particular topic, because this topic needs a lot of information. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you, Honorable Edwards, for that one right there. The Honorable, giving us 2 cents on the matter, but we still have yet another one right here. And this one says, good morning, UD and our guest. This is James from Suleja. And James is saying, okay, he says, the truth is the government continues to get its priorities wrong by putting the cart before the horse time and time again. One would expect a serious government to review existing projects and contracts to know what states they are in and why work stopped. So many roads are in horrible states all over the country, and roads connecting most states and regions. A government sincere about improving the state's road projects and claiming each of these roads will need 500 billion, and on disparity in contracts and cost told them there wouldn't be any price variation while asking them to back out if they found the conditions unfavorable. What contractor would want to continue considering the economic realities? All right, Engineer Yemi, you've heard Nigerians right there. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, how do you look into all of these at the time? Because it seems as though all eyes are on the government as well as the contractors. I mean, it seems as though these two parties fail on failing Nigerians, continuously, especially when we are looking at matters of curbing insecurity. These roads would have aided, a better living standard or condition for Nigerians. These roads would have bettered, the work of the security agencies in ensuring that there is swift response, to how do I put this now? To alerts, to calls from Nigerians saying, hey, there's something going on here. We need you right now, and all of that. How do you add your voice to this, put in a cap to it? But just before you add your voice to it and put a cap on the conversation this morning, let's just take this one right here. It's coming from Yusuf all the way from Wuse to Abuja. He says, good morning once again, UD. Good morning to you. He says, road construction in Nigeria per kilometer is the costliest in the world far above World Bank benchmark. It is only in Nigeria that a kilometer of road cost over ₦1 billion to construct. Now that Naira has been devalued, it will even go higher. The contract agreements are usually embedded with all forms of variation clauses. Some are constructed without adhering to specification under the watchful eyes of supervising officials from the Ministry of Works. In some cases, there is little or no supervision. Your guest asked whether the government has money to fund the finance contract they are awarding. The answer to that is that it is a crime under the ICPC Act to award contract without cash backing unless corruption is eliminated in our procurement process. We will continue having cases of abandoned or non-completion of road contract. Yusuf is saying that. Still having calls, but let's just put your thoughts on it. You might want to put a close. Some experts are also saying that the EFCC should be involved in the process of procuring this contract so that they can indeed oversee and supervise to ensure that these roads are indeed done within the time frame. But what would be your thoughts, though?
Well, I think involving EFCC or institutions for financial scrutiny for construction is not a bad idea. That's one. But then let's also bear something in mind. Say contractor A signs a contract maybe last year, and the price of an assumption was maybe 3,000 naira per bag.
Okay.
Then
the price
all
of
a sudden,
the price of what?
week
The price of what?
of a bag.
Okay, bag of cement. Okay.
Yes, that is used in the construction industry. You signed a contract, and before you signed the contract, you prepared a bill. It's on the basis of the bill that you are awarded the contract. You factored in that maybe you are going to buy your cement at 3,000 naira per bag. I'm just giving an instance.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, the price now comes to 12,000 or 4 or 5 times higher than what it was before you signed the contract. How will the contractor go about this? What amount of scrutiny do you want to do to now say the contractor has not been able to deliver the project when he goes to the same market? There is no facility. You know, people have talked of several ways in which projects can be made more affordable. For execution can be made more affordable. There's the issue of introducing construction banks we don't have. Contractors, there's delay in getting funds from government. They go to the same bank that other people go to collect these funds. And at the end of the day, you are paying interest rate because of delays in payment at exorbitant rates.
So
if there were things like construction bank.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying construction bank as one of the solution, yeah? Construction bank, what other solution could be there?
Yes.
Maybe in one or two sentences because of want of time. 1 or 2 sentences.